What's good, everybody? It's your boy Orlando King, and let's jump straight into it. The first ever reaction video, Marcus Rashford. What went all wrong? It started off so good for Rashford at Manchester United, coming through the academy, coming through the ranks, scoring on his debut, scoring on his England debut. But at 26, 27 years old, he left Manchester United and he's out on loan at Barcelona. This is his last opportunity to really show to the world, if he still got it or if he is a washed up Manchester United player. Let's get straight into it. We're watching our boy Nabuto. He posted an amazing video about Rashford. He's got all the stats, all the statistics. Check his video out and make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Let's get straight into it.
Rashford had the potential to become one of the best players in Manchester United and England national team history. After all, when he was first breaking through,
Bro, Rashford was literally my favorite player, bro. Like, when Pogba was there, when Ronaldo was there, when Sancho was there, but Rashford was like top, bro. Number 10, bro. He had it all, bro.
Breaking all sorts of records, and he seemed unstoppable on the pitch thanks to his pace and dribbling skills. So much so that he seemed destined for the very top. However, after a couple on and off seasons where he would dip in and out of form with Manchester United, he would
Facts, bro. Rashford is the king of, inconsistency, bro. Inconsistency, bro. You'll see in this video, bro. One good season, a couple trash seasons. Inconsistency, bro. And it's crazy to think, like, he made it that far with United being that inconsistent.
be exiled by their latest coach, forcing him not to be a one-man club like he initially dreamed of, and went out on loan to Aston Villa. And now, he somehow ended up failing upwards and landing at
Bro, failing upwards and landing at Barcelona is a crazy accomplishment. Props to Rashford for doing that.
Barcelona for this upcoming 25-26 campaign. So what went wrong for Marcus Rashford at Manchester United? How did he do at Aston Villa? And is Barcelona his last chance of becoming a great player
Probably.
in football? Well, let's dive into Marcus Rashford's story recently. Now, throughout Rashford's
Bro, that jersey right there, that Manchester United jersey, bro, I think it's 2020, 2021. That's one of my favorite jerseys ever, bro. I think I have it actually, bro. Let me go find it actually. Look at that, bro. I found the jersey. This is my favorite jersey. I remember buying this, bro. This thing is so worn and torn up. Look at the back, bro. It's so destroyed, bro. It's supposed to say my last name, Mansell. Number 23, my favorite number, David Beckham, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. I'm going to put it on for the rest of the video, show my Manchester United colors. How you think, bro? I'm looking extra swole today, bro. Hit the gym earlier this morning. Big man. Yeah, man, it's nice, isn't it? Got the badge on tight. Come on, bro. This jersey kind of tight on me, too. I'm looking extra beefy, extra strong, bro. Don't play with me, bro.
tenure at Manchester United, he would go through some very difficult periods. As I alluded to, sometimes he'd do very well, and sometimes he'd be doing pretty shit.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
And this was
100% facts.
Reasons, like a lack of self-confidence, injuries hampering him, etc. For example, the entire 2022-23 season was a huge bounce-back campaign for Marcus Rashford, and he performed very well, getting 30 goals and 12 assists in 56.
All right, so those are Rashford's stats, bro, in that season, bro. His breakout season, he had 17 goals, 6 assists in 35 matches, bro. Which honestly, bro, as being like a striker in the Premier League, the pinnacle of like you've made it level is 20 goals, bro. Brian Mbeumo scored 20 goals in the season. He got signed to Manchester United. Remember Ivan Toney, he was like, I came through the ranks, bro. I started at League 1, League 2, League 3, but now Premier League came to Brentford. I scored 20 goals in the season. I got called up for England. He knew he made it when he scored 20 goals that season, bro. Rashford didn't even crack 20 goals, bro. He only had 17 goals, bro. So his breakout season wasn't even that breakout, bro. He didn't even get 20 goals, bro. He had 17 goals in 35 matches, bro. 30 goals all season. He won Player of the Year, bro, for United. He won Premier League Player of the Year as well, bro, which is kind of insane.
Games. And his goals are one of the biggest reasons why United even made the Champions League for the following 23-24.
Bro, and just look at this, bro. We finished 3rd place that season, bro. 3rd place, bro. Man City won the league. We had 75 points. We had 23 wins, bro. 23 wins, 6 draws, 9 losses. That is crazy stats, bro. And to think a couple years later, bro, we're finishing 15th place, bro. We're finishing 15th, bro. If you talk to me in 2023, I say rolling. Just so you know, bro, like you should really just enjoy this moment right now because this is the best it's gonna get for a while, bro. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, bro.
campaign. So like I said, Rashford can perform very good sometimes, like he did in that season. But if we look at the 23-24 campaign, Rashford completely fell off, only managing to score 8 goals and get 6 assists in 43 games.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about, bro. So his breakout season, right before he had 17 goals, 30 goals all season. The next season after, bro, he had 7 goals, bro. 7 goals in 33 games. That's 10 fewer goals, bro. He had fucking 8 goals all season, bro. That's insane, bro. He had 8 goals all season, and the season before he had 30, bro. That has to be a mentality thing. And if you really look deep into it, bro, the season where he had 30 goals, that was a contract year, bro. After that year, bro, he got a pay increase. And then you got the pay increase, and these are his stats after.
His contributions decreased by almost a third from the season prior. Not only that, his terrible performances contributed to a poor United season, where they finished in 8th place.
That's a crazy drop off, bro. We finished third, winning 23 games, drawing 6, losing 9. The season after, bro, 8th place with 14 losses, 18 wins, 6 draws. Crazy drop off, Rashford, 10 fewer goals, made us finish 5 spots lower.
And the only reason why they made the Europa League for the most recent campaign was due to them winning the FA Cup, stunning Manchester City, beating them.
Bro, this game, the United Derby in the FA Cup final, bro, this is honestly, I get chills when I watch this game back because back then, bro, I used to bet on sports all the time, right? Every time Man United game, bro, I bet on the game, bet on United to win, bet on somebody to take a shot on target, somebody to score, right? But this game, bro, for some reason, bro, I was like, let me go with my head, bro, instead of my heart, bro. Because every time, bro, I go with my heart, bro, I lose money, bro. It's United, it's fucked up, bro. But this game, bro, I was like, all right, bro, let me play it safe. Let me bet on Man City to win, collect my money. And as I'm watching the game, bro, I'm like, there's no way we're gonna win this, bro. And then when I'm watching the game, Kobe Mainoo scores. I'm like, my body, I get chills, bro. I'm like, no way, bro, we're winning this game, bro. And then Garnacho scores, and then we win the game, bro. And honestly, bro, like after the game, bro, like obviously I lost some money, but we got the win, bro. So it kind of covered it up. But it pained me inside, bro, because like how could I bet against my own team, bro? It was honestly a sad feeling, bro, for me, bro, because I knew, bro, if I just bet on us to win, I could have had double jeopardy. I could have had double positive jeopardy, bro. Could have cashed out and we won the FA Cup ahead of Man City. Never ever again will I bet against my club, bro. Never again, bro. I don't care, bro. Especially in a final, bro.
2-1 in the final, in which Rashford didn't even perform that well in, by the way. Even the season before he banged in 30 goals in the 22-23 campaign, he only got 5 goals and 2 assists.
Bro, like the season before his breakout year, the season right before, he had freaking 4 goals, bro. 4 goals in the Premier League. 5 goals all season in 32 games. That is absolutely horrendous stats, bro. Absolutely horrendous. And to think this player gets paid 300K a week.
In 32 games in the 21-22 campaign. So that's what I'm saying. Rashford has kind of cemented himself as a purple patch player. Sometimes he'll be very good, but sometimes he'll be completely rubbish. It's just what we've come to realize with Marcus Rashford. But then with the hiring of
Ruben Amorim,
it seemed like maybe Rashford could lock in and turn things around with his dream club. A club he spent his entire life at, especially with him scoring 81 seconds to Amarin's debut thanks to his goal against Ipswich Town. It initially looked like Rashford and Amarin could build some sort of great chemistry.
bro, if you know anything about Amarin, Rashford and him are never going to get along, bro. They're never going to fit perfectly because how Amarin plays football, his system, he plays a 3-5-2, bro. He doesn't play with wingers, bro. And Rashford is a touchline winger. Rashford's someone that wants the ball to his feet, wants the ball in behind, bro. He wants to dribble at defenders. He wants to cut in and shoot. That's not how Amarin plays, bro. That's not how his system works, bro. His system relies on fullbacks, the wing backs, to get up the pitch, bro, to create the width, to create creativity, and it also relies on the number 10s, bro. The number 10s are the quote unquote creative wingers, bro. Those are the players that are, dictating the game, making runs into the channels, slipping balls into the striker, being dynamic, covering a lot of ground, working hard. And that is not Rashford's game at all, bro. Rashford's game is completely different. Rashford's game best suited in a 4-3-3, in a 4-2-3-1 off the left-hand side. Rashford's not even a good enough striker, bro. He doesn't even want to play striker, bro. But that's why Ruben Amorim and Rashford, it was never going to work out, bro.
Or something along those lines. But we couldn't be more wrong.
Think of all the wingers Amorim had at United, but they didn't even really work out, bro. Garnacho, he didn't suit the system at all. Anthony, he speaks for himself. Sancho, he also speaks for himself. So he had to get those players out, bro, and he brought in some new players, players that really, really suit his system, like Cunha and Brian Mbeumo. And Amad Diallo.
That's because less than a month of Amorim in the job, he and Marcus Rashford had a falling out, where Amorim claimed he would rather play United's 63-year-old goal.
Oh my gosh, bro. That is the most disrespectful thing ever. That's like spitting in your face, bro. Imagine your coach saying, Rashford, I'm sorry, but we would rather play we'd rather have the 63-year-old goalie coach on the bench instead of you, Rashford. Someone that's 1 year away from retirement, bro. Legally allowed to retire and collect the pension for the rest of his life, bro. If I was you, Rashford, I would have to look in the mirror, look at myself, and I would have to make a big, big, big decision, bro, Either, lock in or leave, bro. And I guess he left, bro. I guess he took the easy route out, bro, and left, bro.
Goalkeeping coach Jorge Vidal instead of Marcus Rashford. Nah, man, that's actually a violation. Me personally, I wouldn't have that. Now, Amorim came out and said the reason why him and Rashford got beef, basically, is because he couldn't get Marcus to see the football the same way he wants the club to play. Hence why he left Rashford out of his plans. Even though Rashford is arguably doing quite decent under him. He literally scored 2 goals in the game against Everton. But the reason why I mentioned that game in particular is because before that game, Amorim accused Rashford of going on a night out and claimed that Rashford has denied. In fact, Rashford apparently believed that Sir Jim Ratcliffe was behind all of this, with the pair trying to find excuses to off.
Oh, I'm tripping, bro. He was on 300K a week. He was on 325,000 pounds a week, bro. That is insane, bro. That's 1.3 million a month, bro. And Rashford's getting paid all that money, and he's going out on the piss, bro. He's going out on the piss, going to parties, going to clubs. I thought professional athletes were not allowed to do that, bro. Especially when you play for a big, big team, bro. Like Man United, bro. Like, be for real, bro. Like, whatever he had coming for him, bro, like, he only has himself to blame, bro. 100%, bro.
Rashford says he's on a lot of money at United, earning £325,000 a week.
Bro, and to think, why was he even on 300K a week, bro? Think of the players in the Premier League that are on 300K a week. Mo Salah, Van Dijk, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne. Those are the players that are on 300K a week, bro. They speak for himself, bro. Salah, ever since he's been in the Premier League, he's begging in goals, bro. 20 goals every single season, bro. Van Dijk, best defender in the league, bro. He speaks for himself. Haaland, bro. He speaks for himself. KDB, he speaks for himself. Those are the players that deserve it, bro. Those are the players that are consistent year in, year out, bro. Rashford literally had one good season. Season before, stinker. Season after that, stinker.
£1,000 a week. Regardless, Rashford has had some discipline issues, believe it or not, throughout his time at United. In 2023, while Ten Hag was still in charge, he was disappointed in Rashford after he was seen partying for his 26th birthday, hours before United suffered a humbling loss.
Bro, so you're telling me before the Man City game, before the biggest game of the season, the derby against the arch rivals, Rashford was caught going out partying, bro. I don't care if it's your birthday, gang. I don't care, bro. It's the biggest game of the season, bro. It's against Manchester City, bro. The derby, bro. And at this point, bro, Man City were so good, bro. They were dominating every single team, bro. They won the league like 4 years in a row, bro. And Rashford's going on the piss, bro, before the biggest game of the season. Bro, you're letting your teammates down, bro.
In Manchester City. Then last year in 2024, Rashford was dropped in the FA Cup clash by Ten Hag again after he was caught partying in Belfast before forming the club, telling them he was too ill to train. I guess he and Lamine are gonna get along just fine. They can both hang out with dwarves and big titty bitches at Lamine's 19th birthday party next year, I guess. Then with this Rashford partying story happening again, this time under Amorim, the streets were low-key believing what Amorim said and not Rashford. And due to this dispute between the pair, Rashford was exiled from Manchester United, which low-key I feel like it's kind of a good thing nowadays, but let's move on. From there, the one club dream died, and Marcus Rashford ended up getting a half-a-season loan deal at Aston Villa.
Alright, bro. This photo does not even look right, bro. Rashford holding the Villa kit. First of all, it looks like he just woke up, bro. Usually when players are on media day, they sign for a new club, bro. It's a big day, bro. It's media day. They're taking a lot of photos, bro. You're wearing the kit. You're doing interviews. They usually, they get a fresh haircut, a nice lineup, nice shave, nice beard trim. This photo of Rashford, bro, it looks like he just woke up, bro. His hair is all fringy. His hair is messy. His beard's dusty. His mustache is trimmy, bro. and he doesn't have no lineup at all, bro. His skin looks kind of cooked right now, bro. He didn't even wash his face this morning, bro. And you know, bro, and you seen photos of Rashford when he's like, looking fresh, bro. He's got that Jude Bellingham lineup.
who were performing at the Champions League at the time and were also fighting for a European spot for next season. And Rashford showed during his Villa tenure that he still got the football ability intact, and he was locked in for show. He showed his tremendous ability on the ball and on the wings again, and scored some great goals in the Premier League, and had amazing Champions League performances, like the second leg against PSG, where he almost single-handedly took down this PSG super team. That assist from Rashford in that game too was
Bro, that was Rashford's highlight of his Aston Villa career, bro. The second leg home game against PSG in the Champions League, that assist, that was the highlight of his Aston Villa career.
crazy, but sadly, Villa and him fell just short. Regardless, Rashford performed well on the pitch, and it was clear to see for any football fan, and he experienced an overall bounce-back season, getting 11 goals and 9 assists in 41.
Broski, is that so? His time at Villa, he played 25 games. He had 6 goals in the Premier League, 4 assists. He had 11 goals in total, 9 assists in 41 games. Is that warranted a Barcelona move? Really, bro? After Barcelona's amazing season, bro, Rafinha going crazy, Lamau going crazy, Lewandowski going crazy. Is that really worth it, bro? Did Barcelona really see a gem in the dirt right there with Rashford? Did they really see a bargain right there, bro? I guess, time will tell.
Games. Switch those goals and assist numbers around and we might have an issue there, if you know you know. But the point is, this exile from United low-key worked in Rashford's favor, because he's now shown the footballing world that he's still got it. And that's where Barcelona came in during this transfer window before the 25-26 season commenced.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Look at Rashford, bro. Him holding up the Barcelona kid, bro. He's got a nice haircut. He's smiling. His skin's glowing. You can tell he's happy to be there, bro. Look at the difference between this photo of Rashford at Barcelona and this photo of Rashford signing for Villa, bro. There's a big, big difference, bro. Hopefully, there's a big difference in performance as well, because he's at a big, big club.
Because everybody in football knew that Barcelona were desperate to sign another winger, despite already having Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. And that's because their winger depth was just not that good. And when Lamine went down injured, Barcelona's performances were abysmal, and Barca were trying to prevent that from happening again. But Rashford was not the first target, so he didn't fail upwards immediately. Truth be told, the first target for Barcelona was Nico Williams.
Nico Williams, bro. And I'll tell you this, bro. Nico Williams, Barcelona should have done everything they possibly could to go and buy Nico Williams, bro. $60 million, bro. And I'll tell you why, bro. Nico Williams plays left wing. Nico Williams plays with the Spanish national team, bro. He already plays with Lamine Yamal, with Pedri, with Gabi, with Kubasi, with Ferran Torres, with Ferran Lopez, bro. He plays with all those guys, bro. He already has the connection. He already has the chemistry, bro. He won the Euros with them, bro. He made it to the Nations League final against Portugal with them, bro. He would have fit in that team like a perfect glove, bro. No ego, no nothing, bro. Young kid. Barcelona low-key messed up with that, bro.
A player Barca's been obsessed with signing for years, especially with him being like Lamine Yamal's best friend. I'm sure he desperately wanted Nico at Barca too, but then in betrayal-like fashion, Nico Williams went ahead and signed an 8-year extension with his hometown club Athletic Bilbao. Bro betrayed Lamine Yamal like it was Obi-Wan versus Anakin on Mustafar type shit. This might be one of the craziest switch-ups I've ever seen. To be fair to Nico, I can see why it makes sense. First of all, Athletic Bilbao is a boy club. He's earning 10 million euros a year or somewhere around there, which
10 million
is fine.
euros
There was
a
a
year.
slight potential issue of whether Barca could even register Nico Williams, and he was scared that a situation like what happened to Danny Olmo could happen to him, and Nico wanted an exit clause inserted into the deal just in case this were to happen. And also, Barca were trying to tell Nico Williams to fire his current agent Dainta and find another agent, but Nico Williams and his brother Inaki were loyal to his current agent because he's done a lot for them. So yeah, due to this, Nico stayed at Athletic Bilbao.
Broski, let's talk about Nico Williams' hair, bro. How does his hair, for some reason, bro, he gets his retwist, he wants him like to fall forward, bro. Imagine if I had that, bro. The retwist and all of them are falling forward. That would be kind of tough, bro. But his shit does look a little bit goofy though with the blonde tips, bro. It looks like Cheetos in his head, bro.
And that was Barca's first target gone. But then there was Barca's second target, a person that the Barca sporting director Deco was obsessed with, Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz. No cap, bro. I'm low-key glad Barcelona didn't buy Luis Diaz. Just because I feel like him and Rafinha play like too similar, bro. I feel like Luis Diaz, bro, he could dress up as Rafinha on Halloween, bro. They look so similar, bro. Imagine Luis Diaz with Rafinha's braids, bro. You think he could pull it off? I feel like he could, bro.
But that also fell through for financial reasons, I'm pretty sure. Or Liverpool just flat out rejected him. But regardless, they couldn't get him either. So who was the next available best winger on the market? Well, in Barcelona's eyes, it was Marcus Rashford. And getting him was relatively simple, because Amram wanted nothing to do with Rashford. He was still exiled despite having positive performances at Aston Villa. Honestly, Amram did him a favor. Imagine someone being
Oh my gosh, bro, I can't even look at this. I can't even look at this scoreboard, bro. The standings, bro. We finished 15th place, bro. We had 18 losses, 9 draws, and 11 wins, bro. That's absolutely horrendous, bro. As a club called Manchester United, how are we having 18 losses, bro? That's absolutely unacceptable, bro. It's a joke, bro. Like, everybody at the club should be fired, should be sacked, contract terminated, everybody out. But the only reason why, bro, that shit doesn't happen at United, bro. Why are players like Victor Lindelof here for 9 years, bro? Players like Luke Shaw here. Players like Anthony Martial when he was here, bro, always injured, bro. Every time he freaking stood on the pitch, bro. Like, it's an absolute joke, bro. It's because the owners, they don't like to lose money, bro. They're billionaires. They don't want to lose a single dime, bro. You know, because, bro, they realize, bro, we finished 15th place, we finished 8th place, we finished 3rd place. Fans will buy whatever we do, bro. We do a new kit drop, we do a new merch drop. They'll buy, we'll sell it right away, bro. The stadium's full and packed every single game. Like, the only way we're gonna see big change with the owners, bro, is if they start to see change with their pockets, bro. If the money's not coming in from the fans, there's no support, then they're gonna make changes, bro. But as long as, everything stays the same financially, on the pitch, it's kind of like, it doesn't really matter to them, bro. Obviously it does matter, bro. Because if you're in the Champions League every year, you're getting $100 million, bro. You're getting big money. You're getting more sponsorships, more eyes, bro. So look at it that way, bro. Invest into the team. Cut out the players that are bad, bro. Bring in quality. And not only will we'll finish higher in the standings, you'll get more money in your pockets too. And everybody will be happy.
exile from 15th place Manchester United to the La Liga winners of Barcelona. That's quite literally the definition of failing upwards. Bro went from cloudy Manchester to the sunny and beautiful Barcelona. Rashford got blessed due to his good deeds. Bro's karma must be amazing. Speaking of Barcelona, I know Rashford is gonna love a good party
He's iced out
over there. When I partied at Barcelona too, I had a great time. Side note, when I was at the club in Barcelona, this beautiful 10 out of 10 Spanish chick was letting me dance with her. And I thought I was spitting some serious game. And then her muscular boyfriend came back and I ran like the Flash. Good times. Anyways, the point is, Rashford failed upwards and somehow ended up at Barcelona. Imagine we just saw that phone booth welcoming video pop up on our time.
Rashford has one of the best PR teams out there, bro. Look at this video, bro. His intro coming to Barcelona, bro. He's in the freaking UK telephone box. He walks out the box, puts on the old school British cap. I'm here at Football Club Barcelona, me, Marcus Rashford. Bro, it's like, even like the way Rashford signed for Barcelona, bro, he was literally on his knees twerking, bro, begging for them to sign him, bro. He was already in Barcelona doing his own preseason, bro, for months. He was there doing podcasts, doing YouTube videos with, Barcelona fans, Barcelona supporters, bro, YouTube channels. He literally was doing everything he possibly could, bro, to get the move to Barcelona, bro. He was saying things like, "Oh, Thierry Henry was my idol, bro. Thierry Henry's my idol, and I'm just so proud to be at this football club, bro." How is Henry your idol, bro? Are you serious? Literally back then as well, bro. Manchester United and Arsenal were arch rivals, bro. How is he your idol, bro? Why is your idol not Rooney? Why is your idol not Ronaldo? Why is your idol not Ryan Giggs, bro? Your idol is a rival, bro. Thierry Henry. And now look at him, bro. He's running his number 14, bro. Just because Henry went from Premier League to Barcelona, Rashford's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna, start to glaze Henry. Come on, bro.
Timeline without Fabrizio spoiling the move. That would have broken the internet. Anyways, now in my opinion, is Marcus Rashford to Barcelona a good move for either side? Well, I would say yes it is. Regarding Barcelona, it's a 1-year loan deal with the buy options.
It is only a 1-year deal, bro. Salary covered by Barcelona.
So there's relatively no risk. Additionally, they're building depth for that winger position, something that they learned that they needed from last season. So even if Rashford only plays like 25 to 30 games, I feel like it'll still be worth it, especially with his stock currently being at an all-time low right now. And regarding Rashford, this is a brilliant move. Bro went from the depths of United's hell to sunshine and rainbows at Barcelona. It can't get much better than this. He literally became the first Englishman to play for Barcelona since Gary Lineker. It's been that long. And we know Rashford is a guarantee to cook in El Clasico. Bro is gonna
That's going to be really, really entertaining to watch, bro. Trent against Rashford. If Rashford can even make the starting lineup, bro.
go up against his favorite fullback, Trent Alexander-Arnold. If you told me a couple years ago that Rashford and Trent would be going up against each other in El Clasico, I wouldn't believe you whatsoever. But man, life works in funny ways, huh? But yeah, as I said, it's a brilliant move. And I feel like if there's any manager that could get the best out of Rashford again, it would be Hansi Flick. He could turn Rashford into a pressing monster, kind of like Luis Enrique did with Ousmane Dembele. Plus, most players who leave Manchester United nowadays end up doing pretty well for themselves. Romelu Lukaku left some time ago, he ended up winning the Serie A title with Inter Milan, and now Napoli most recently.
Bro, guess what, bro? There's one big difference between Rashford and all those players that left United and are doing good, bro. Once the time you heard McTominay was going out partying, missing training at United. Like when did you hear Lukaku going out partying, missing training? When did you hear Wan-Bissaka causing ruckus? You didn't hear any of that, bro. It's all about mentality, bro. That has nothing to do with playing for United. It's about mentality, bro. Rashford's mentality is bad, bro. He doesn't care, bro. You know, he's on big money, bro. You know, he's got a good PR team. You know, anything he does, he can make it. He can sign it in a positive light, bro. So we'll see if he does get a Barcelona, bro. Because Barcelona, they're not gonna take any of that garbage, bro. You see what they did last year, bro. They don't need Rashford, bro. Rashford needs them.
Scott McTominay ended up doing the same with Napoli, even winning the Serie A MVP award, which is just nuts. Then Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's done well at West Ham. Anthony blew everyone away at Real Betis, scoring winner goals left and right, even taking them to a Conference League final. The has done
Exactly, bro. All those players had no issues. Sancho had issues with United, and Sancho left United. And how did he do, bro? Pretty average, bro. Come on, bro. It's not about leaving United and doing good, because lots of players leave United. Some of them do good, some of them do trash, bro. So it's about the mindset, the mentality of the individual player.
pretty well for himself at Fiorentina. Dean Henderson left United and won himself an FA Cup with Crystal Palace. Jadon Sancho, okay, well, he didn't turn out too great, but let's keep it pushing. Point is, a lot of players who left Manchester United in its current state end up flourishing somewhere else. So who says Rashford can't do the same, especially when he's playing under the watch of Hansi Flick and playing alongside great players like Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Pedri, Gavi, etc. It's only natural to believe that Rashford is going to perform well. And honestly, I hope he does well, because that would piss off some.
Nah, broski, I hope he does well, bro. You know, I hope he scores a bunch of goals, bro, because he's only on loan. He's only on loan, bro. So I want him to do good, and then, you know, maybe Barcelona probably won't even have enough money to freaking buy him, bro. They can't even buy 60 billion for Nico Williams, so they might not even have enough money to buy him. But if he does good, you know, we can sell him and we can make profit, bro, because he's a homegrown player. So we, as United fans, want him to do good, bro, because the better he does, the more money we get.
Some of my best friends who are Manchester United fans, and to see them more depressed than they already are would put a smile on my face. And honestly, even without that, I still would hope Rashford does well, even as a Liverpool fan. For me, I always find it hard to dislike Marcus Rashford, even though he did play for my bitter rivals. Because all in all, as I kind of alluded to earlier, he's actually a really good fucking dude. Like, he provided a ton of free school meals for underprivileged children in the UK. He has a whole campaign about that.
Bro, let's talk about, bro. Rashford is the best PR team ever, bro. This guy's like packing bags for the kids, bro, the lunches. Sure, he's doing good work, but damn well, bro. You know he's doing this thing. Oh, Rashford, over here, get the camera. Get a flick of me packing this bag. Get a pic of me with the yellow jacket on, pushing this container of food and goodies for the children. You know it's all PR, bro. You know it's just all about making his image look right, bro.
And does some volunteering work himself, etc. He does a lot of good deeds. And for that, I feel like not only has God awarded him with the move to Barcelona, one of the best clubs in the world right now, but in life, just being a professional footballer is a blessing in itself. And for that, I can only root for him and hope he does well in Barcelona, especially in El Clasico for no typical reason. Now, with all that being said, for Rashford, I think this is his last chance.
I think it's
He's
his
not
last
coming to
chance as
Barcelona
well.
as a starter. He's most likely going to be a rotational player. First
He's like
person off the
27.
bench type of guy. So there's relatively no pressure for him to actually perform. So if he ends up not performing for Barca in a system that suits his strengths, in my opinion, Rashford's career is pretty cooked. This chance at Barca is his last chance, and he needs to take it. Not only to make the 2026 World Cup roster for England in the short term, but to have a long, great, and respected career in the long term, including staying at Barca. Because if he performs well, I'm sure Barca will be more than happy to sign him on a permanent deal, if they can actually register him and not.
Bro, like, isn't that weird, bro? Barcelona, a big club, bro, the biggest club in the world. I mean, second biggest club in the world next to Real Madrid. Bro, but Barcelona are having trouble registering players. Like, isn't that insane, bro? Imagine Real Madrid, bro. Oh, I'm sorry, Jude Bellingham. We can't sign you because we're not sure if you'll be able to get registered. Like, players are really they're like hesitating to come to Barcelona because they might not get registered, bro. Like, how is that even a thing, bro? You're a big club, bro. That stuff is behind the scenes, bro. That's like youth level stuff, bro. Registration fees, bro. Registration. You're Barcelona, bro. Figure that shit out, bro. That's actually like embarrassing, bro, as a club. Let's be real, bro. That's embarrassing. I never heard Manchester United having trouble registering players to play for them, bro. Like out of all the problems we have at United, bro, getting players registered is never been, an issue at all.
Be broke for once. Regardless, I'll be watching Rashford closely this season, and I am hoping for the best for him. Anyways, what do you guys think about Rashford failing upwards and landing at Barcelona? Do y'all think this is also his last chance to make something great out of his career? Let me know down in the comments. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe. I really appreciate it. And make sure to follow my Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and especially...
Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Follow. All the links are in the YouTube description, my Instagram and my TikTok. If you want to watch more videos like this, click in the top right corner, the next video.